Nothing like a backyard party to remind you how many people secretly hate their spouses. Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories. I'm Nick Forrester, 38 years old, building inspector by day, amateur philosopher by night. Right now, I'm watching my wife Allison's friends get progressively drunker around our fire pit, and their conversation is getting more interesting by the minute. I mean, seriously, Allison, Monica slurs, gesturing with her wine glass. You're so lucky you have Eric as backup, like insurance policy, you know? My wife laughs, that musical sound that used to make my heart skip. Now it just makes my stomach turn. Monica, stop it. Nick's right here. Oh, come on, Jenny chimes in. We all know about the Cabo thing. Eric's been waiting for you to come to your senses for years. I take a long pull from my beer, keeping my expression neutral. The Cabo thing? That's news to me. I thought Allison went to Cabo with her sister last month. Remember in high school when you two were inseparable? Tara adds. He was so hot. Still is. Have you seen his gym? God, those muscles. Allison's cheeks are flushed, and not just from the wine. You guys are terrible. Terrible, but right, Monica says. I mean, Nick's nice and all, but Eric, he's got that bad boy thing going. Plus, he's loaded now with that gym chain. I stand up, empty beer bottle in hand. Anyone need another drink? A chorus of, yes, please, follows me to the kitchen. Through the window, I can see them huddled together, whispering and giggling like teenagers. My phone buzzes on the counter. Allison left it charging. The text preview makes my blood freeze. He's so predictable. Miss you? From Eric Cullen, her high school sweetheart. The guy who owns 3 gyms in town and drives a Porsche. I don't touch her phone. I don't need to. The pieces are falling into place like a puzzle I never wanted to solve. The late nights at work events, the new lingerie I never got to see, the way she's been picking fights over nothing lately. Back outside, I distribute drinks and settle into my chair. The conversation has moved on to gossip about neighbors, but I'm not listening anymore. I'm thinking about the hotel receipt I found in her purse last week, the one she said was for a work conference that I couldn't find any record of online. Nick, you're being quiet, Monica observes. Everything okay? Just thinking, I reply, about backup plans. The group falls silent for a moment. Allison shoots me a sharp look. What kind of backup plans? She asks carefully. I finish my beer and set the bottle down with a soft clink. Well, Monica was just saying how lucky you are to have Eric as insurance. Got me thinking about my own contingency plans. Nick! Allison's voice carries a warning. No, it's smart. I continue, my voice conversational. Like having a spare tire, you never know when you might need it. Jenny giggles nervously. This is getting weird. I reach into my pocket and pull out my wedding ring. The gold catches the firelight as I roll it between my fingers. You know what? Monica's right. It is good to have backup. I stand up and walk over to where Eric is standing by the grill, talking to Pete, my one real friend at this party. Eric's everything I'm not. Tall, tan, perfectly styled hair, wearing a shirt that probably costs more than I make in a week. Eric, I say loudly enough for everyone to hear. Catch. I toss him my wedding ring. He fumbles it, nearly dropping it into the coals. What the hell, man? Backup plan, right? I look back at the stunned faces around the fire pit. Good thing he's here. She's your problem again, buddy. The silence is deafening. Even the crickets seem to have stopped chirping. I pull an envelope from my jacket pocket, one I've been carrying for 3 days, ever since I hired the private investigator who confirmed what I already knew. Allison, honey, this is for you. She takes the envelope with shaking hands. Nick, what is this? Divorce papers, prenups still valid. Infidelity clause kicks in. I look around at the shocked faces. Thanks for the party, everyone. Really opened my eyes. As I walk toward the house, I hear Eric's voice behind me. Dude, wait, I don't understand what's happening. I pause at the back door and turn around. You will. 3 weeks later, I'm sitting at Pete's Tavern, nursing a whiskey and watching my life get dissected on social media. Pete slides another drink across the bar without being asked. He's good people, the kind of friend who doesn't ask stupid questions like, "Are you okay?" So how bad is it? He asks, nodding toward my phone. Well, according to Facebook, I'm an abusive control freak who couldn't satisfy my wife. According to Instagram, I'm a deadbeat who never appreciated what I had. Twitter's calling me a psycho. I scroll through the comments. Oh, and apparently I have a small dick. Pete winces. Ouch. The best part? Monica started a support group for Allison. They're calling it Surviving Emotional Abuse. There's a GoFundMe. Jesus Christ. I show him the page. There's a picture of Allison looking tragic and beautiful, with Eric's arm around her shoulders. The description talks about her brave escape from a toxic marriage and her need for healing and support. They've raised $4,000, I add. For what? Therapy, apparently, and a security deposit on a new apartment, even though she's been staying at Eric's place since the night of the party. Pete refills my glass. You could fight this. Tell your side. To who? Look at this comment thread. Jenny posted that I used to scream at Allison. Tara says I was financially controlling. Monica claims I threatened her at the party. Did you? I threw a ring at her boyfriend and filed for divorce. Apparently that's threatening behavior now. My phone buzzes. Text from my boss. Nick, we need to talk. Monday morning, early. Shit, I mutter. What now? Work. Someone's been talking to my boss. Probably about how unstable I am. Pete leans against the bar. You know what your problem is? You're playing defense. These people are running a full-court press, and you're just taking it. What am I supposed to do? Start my own smear campaign? Why not? You've got dirt on them too, right? I think about the private investigator's report, still sitting in my safe at home. Photos of Eric shooting steroids in his gym's back office. Financial records showing he's been skimming from his business partners. Text messages between him and Allison going back 8 months, way before Cabo. Maybe, I admit. Then use it. These people want to play dirty? Show them what dirty looks like. Monday morning comes too early. My boss, Frank Russo, is waiting in his office with a cup of coffee and a grim expression. Frank's a good guy. Former military like me, straight shooter, fair but tough. Sit down, Nick. I take the chair across from his desk. Let me guess. Someone's been calling about me. 3 people, actually, all concerned about your mental state. He pulls out a notepad. Apparently, you've been making threats, acting erratically, showing signs of violent behavior. Frank, you know me. Do I seem violent to you? No. But I also know you're going through a messy divorce, and that can make people do stupid things. He leans forward. Tell me straight. Did you threaten anyone? I handed my wife divorce papers at a party. That's it. What about this Monica woman? She says you cornered her, made threats about ruining her life. I've never been alone with Monica in my life. She's lying. Frank studies my face for a long moment. I believe you. But Nick, perception is reality in this business. We inspect people's homes, their businesses. They need to trust us. If word gets around that one of my guys is unstable, I understand. I'm not firing you, but I am putting you on desk duty for a while. Let things cool down. Desk duty. Pushing papers instead of doing real work. It's not a suspension, but it might as well be. That afternoon, I drive past Eric's gym. The parking lot is full, business as usual. Through the windows, I can see him training some rich housewife, all smiles and charm. He's got everything now, the girl, the money, the reputation, and I'm the villain in their story. But Pete's right. I've been playing defense too long. I pull into the parking lot and sit there for a moment, watching Eric through the window. He's spotted me and is trying to look tough, puffing out his chest, saying something to the woman that makes her look my way nervously. I get out of my car and walk to the entrance. Eric meets me at the door. We're closed to you, he says. Public business, Eric. Can't ban someone without cause. Harassment is cause. What harassment? I'm just a guy looking for a gym membership. I look past him at the gleaming equipment, the mirrors, the juice bar. Nice place. Must be expensive to maintain. All those supplements, equipment payments, insurance. His jaw tightens. What do you want? Nothing. Just admiring your success. Funny how quickly things can change, though. One day you're on top of the world, the next. I shrug. Well, you know how it is. Are you threatening me? Just making conversation about backup plans. You remember backup plans, right? I turn and walk back to my car, leaving him standing in the doorway. In my rearview mirror, I can see him on his phone, probably calling Allison or Monica or whoever handles crisis management in their little group. Good. Let them worry for a change. That night, I sit in my empty house. Allison took most of the furniture, claiming it was hers, and opened my laptop. Time to stop playing defense. The anonymous tip I sent to the State Athletic Commission was a work of art. Professional, detailed, with just enough specifics to sound credible without revealing my sources. I mentioned suspicious activity at Elite Fitness, possible performance-enhancing drug distribution, and suggested they might want to take a look. I didn't mention Eric by name, didn't need to. 3 days later, I'm having coffee at the diner across from Eric's gym when 2 unmarked cars pull up. State investigators, based on their cheap suits and serious expressions. I watch through the window as they flash badges and walk inside. My phone buzzes. Text from Pete. You watching the news? I flip to the local station's website. There's already a story. Local gym under investigation for steroid distribution. No names yet, but the address is right there. Within an hour, the story's everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, the local gossip blogs. Eric's gym is trending, and not in a good way. I finish my coffee and drive to work, humming for the first time in weeks. At the office, Frank calls me into his office again. This time he's trying not to smile. Funny thing, he says. Got a call this morning from Monica Patterson. Wanted to withdraw her complaint about you, said she might have been mistaken about what happened at that party. Really? Yeah, seems like she's got other things on her mind. Something about her friend's boyfriend being investigated for drug dealing. I keep my expression neutral. That's unfortunate. Isn't it? Anyway, you're off desk duty. Got a full schedule of inspections for you starting tomorrow. That afternoon, I decide to check on Eric's progress. The gym parking lot is nearly empty. Word travels fast in a small town. Through the window, I can see him pacing around, talking frantically on his phone. I park across the street and call the gym's main number. Elite Fitness, Eric answers. His voice is strained. Hi, I'm interested in a membership. Are you open? We're temporarily closed for renovations. Oh, that's too bad. I heard great things about your facility. A friend of mine, Monica Patterson, recommended you, said you were very professional. Silence on the other end. Hello? I continue. I was particularly interested in your supplement program. I hear you offer some very specialized products. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, my mistake. Maybe I should try somewhere else. I hear there are some new gyms opening up. Competition's tough these days. I hang up and watch him through the window. He's staring at his phone like it might explode. My phone rings. Allison. Nick, we need to talk. Hello to you too, sweetheart. Don't. Just, can you meet me somewhere? Neutral territory. How about Pete's Tavern? 7 o'clock. Fine. She's already there when I arrive, sitting in a corner booth, looking smaller than I remember. The confident, glowing woman from the party photos is gone. This version looks tired, worried, almost fragile. You look good, she says as I slide into the booth. Thanks, you look concerned. Nick, I know you're angry. You have every right to be, but this thing with Eric's gym... What thing? The investigation. The rumors. People are saying terrible things. People say terrible things all the time. Remember when they were saying I was abusive? She flinches. That got out of hand. Monica was just trying to protect me. By lying? By misunderstanding the situation. I signal Pete for a beer. So what do you want, Allison? I want this to stop. The investigation, the rumors, whatever you're doing. You think I'm behind the steroid investigation? Aren't you? I take a long drink of my beer. You know what I think is funny? For 8 months, you and Eric were planning this whole thing. The affair, the divorce, the smear campaign to make me look like the bad guy. You had it all figured out. Nick, but you made one mistake. You assumed I was stupid, that I wouldn't figure it out, wouldn't fight back, would just roll over and let you destroy me. I never wanted to destroy you. No? Then what was the plan? I keep my mouth shut, pay alimony, and watch you two ride off into the sunset with my money and my reputation in ruins? She's quiet for a long moment. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. How was it supposed to happen? I don't know. Cleaner, quieter. Well, congratulations. You got my attention. Now you have my full focus. What does that mean? I finish my beer and stand up. It means you wanted to play games, Allison. Now we're playing games, and I'm better at this than you thought. Nick, please. Eric's business is falling apart. The investigation, the rumors. He might lose everything. Good thing he's got you for support. I leave her sitting in the booth and walk out into the night air. My phone's already buzzing with texts. Probably Eric, maybe Monica, definitely someone in their little circle trying to figure out their next move. But I'm done reacting to them. From now on, they're reacting to me. 2 weeks later, the invitation appears on my Facebook feed. Eric and Allison's New Beginning celebration at the Riverside Event Center downtown, the kind of party designed to announce to the world that they're officially together, that they've moved on, that they're happy and successful and completely over the drama. The guest list is public. All our old friends, Allison's coworkers, Eric's gym buddies, half the social media crowd in town. Monica's listed as a co-host. The description talks about celebrating love and new chapters. It's scheduled for Saturday night. Open bar, catered food, live DJ. They're going all out. I screenshot the invitation and send it to Pete. His response comes back immediately. You going? Thinking about it. That's either the best idea you've ever had or the worst. Probably both. Friday afternoon, I get a call from Jenny, Allison's friend. The same Jenny who'd been spreading stories about my controlling behavior just weeks earlier. Nick? Hi, it's Jenny. Listen, I know things have been weird between us all, but I wanted to give you a heads up about the party tomorrow. What about it? Monica's been saying things about what might happen if you show up. She thinks you might cause trouble. What kind of trouble? I don't know. She's just been really paranoid lately. Ever since that thing with Eric's gym, she thinks you're out to get everyone. And what do you think? Long pause. I think maybe we all got carried away with the whole divorce thing. Maybe we took sides too quickly. Maybe. Anyway, I just wanted to warn you. If you do come tomorrow, be careful. Monica's got some of Eric's gym friends coming. Big guys, just in case. Just in case of what? In case you make a scene. I hang up and sit back in my chair. They're expecting trouble, planning for it, which means they're scared. Good. Saturday evening, I put on my best suit. The navy one Allison always said made me look handsome, and drive downtown. The Riverside Event Center is lit up like a wedding venue, with string lights and flowers and a red carpet leading to the entrance. I park across the street and watch for a few minutes. The beautiful people are arriving in their expensive cars, air-kissing and posing for photos. Through the windows, I can see Eric and Allison holding court, surrounded by admirers. My phone buzzes. Text from Pete. I'm inside. Coast is clear. Monica's been asking about you. I cross the street and approach the entrance. The bouncer, one of Eric's gym buddies, based on his size, looks at me suspiciously. Name? Nick Forrester. I should be on the list. He checks his tablet, frowning. I don't see you. Check again. Under the +1 section, Jenny Morrison's guest. It's a lie, but he doesn't know that. He scrolls through the list, looking confused. Look, I say, pulling out my phone. Let me call Jenny. She's expecting me. Before he can respond, Jenny appears at the door. Nick, you made it. She gives me a hug that feels forced, but looks genuine. He's with me, Marcus. The bouncer steps aside reluctantly. Inside, the party is in full swing. The music is loud, the drinks are flowing, and everyone's having a great time. I spot Pete at the bar and make my way over. Brave man, he says, handing me a whiskey. Stupid man, more likely. Same thing sometimes. I scan the crowd. Eric and Allison are on the far side of the room, surrounded by their inner circle. Monica's holding court near the DJ booth, telling some story that has everyone laughing. The gym bros are scattered around the room, trying to look casual but obviously watching for trouble. So, what's the plan? Pete asks. No plan, just here to celebrate their new beginning. Bullshit. Okay, maybe I have a small plan. I pull out my phone and open the voice recording app. Remember that private investigator I hired? He got me more than just photos. What kind of more? Audio recordings, conversations between Eric and Allison, planning the whole thing, talking about how stupid I am, how easy it'll be to take me for everything I'm worth. Some really romantic stuff. Pete's eyes widen. You're going to play them here? The DJ's using a wireless system, same frequency as my phone's Bluetooth. Amazing what you can learn when you used to install security systems in the military. Jesus, Nick, that's crazy? Probably. But they wanted a party. Let's give them something to celebrate. I work my way through the crowd, nodding to people I recognize, ignoring the whispers that follow me. Some people seem genuinely happy to see me. Others look like they've seen a ghost. I'm halfway across the room when Monica intercepts me. Nick, what a surprise. Monica, great party. You really outdid yourself. What are you doing here? Celebrating, same as everyone else. I think you should leave. Why? I'm not causing any trouble. Just enjoying the open bar and the company. She signals to one of the gym bros, a massive guy with a shaved head and tribal tattoos. He starts moving in our direction. Monica, relax. I'm here to wish the happy couple well. Maybe make a toast? No toasts. Come on, it's traditional. The ex-husband says a few words. Everyone gets closure, very civilized. The muscle-bound bouncer reaches us. "This guy bothering you, Monica?" "I'm not bothering anyone," I say. "Just having a conversation." "Maybe you should have it somewhere else." "Actually, I think I'll have it right here." I pull out my phone and tap the screen. The Bluetooth connection takes a few seconds to establish, but then I hear it, my own voice coming through the sound system, barely audible under the music. I increase the volume. "Testing, testing," my recorded voice says through the speakers. The DJ notices something's wrong and starts fiddling with his equipment. The music cuts out. "Ladies and gentlemen," my voice continues through the sound system, "I'd like to share something special with you tonight." The room goes quiet. Everyone's looking around, trying to figure out where the voice is coming from. A few months ago, my wife Allison started having an affair with her high school boyfriend Eric. But this isn't just a story about cheating. This is a story about planning, manipulation, and betrayal. Monica lunges for my phone, but Pete appears out of nowhere and blocks her path. The recording continues. Now it's Allison's voice, crystal clear through the speakers. "He's so predictable, Eric. He'll never see it coming. We just need to make him look like the bad guy, and we can take him for everything." The room erupts. People are shouting, pointing, trying to figure out what's happening. Eric pushes through the crowd, his face red with rage. "Turn it off!" he screams. But the recording keeps playing. Eric's voice now. "The best part is, everyone already thinks he's a loser. Monica's got half the town convinced he's abusive. By the time we're done, he'll be lucky to keep his job." Eric reaches me just as his recorded voice says, "I can't wait to see his face when he realizes how badly we screwed him." He swings at me, but I step aside. He's drunk, angry, and off balance. He stumbles into a table full of drinks. "Eric, don't!" Allison screams, but it's too late. The recording keeps playing. More details about their plan, their affair, their contempt for me and everyone else in the room. Monica trying to damage my reputation. Jenny spreading lies about my behavior. The whole conspiracy laid out in their own words. "You bastard!" Eric scrambles to his feet and charges at me again. This time I don't move. I let him grab me, let him raise his fist, let everyone see him attacking an unarmed man. Then Pete steps in. One quick jab to Eric's solar plexus, and he's on the ground, gasping for air. "Self-defense," Pete announces to the room. Everyone saw it. The recording finally ends. The room is dead silent, except for Eric's wheezing and Allison's sobbing. I look around at the shocked faces, the phones recording everything, the complete destruction of their perfect party. "Well," I say into the silence, "this has been fun. Thanks for having me." I walk toward the exit, Pete beside me. Behind us, the room explodes into chaos. Shouting, arguing, the sound of Monica screaming at someone to do something. At the door, I turn back for one last look. Eric is still on the ground. Allison is kneeling beside him, mascara running down her face. Monica is frantically trying to explain something to a group of people who are no longer listening to her. "Good thing he's here," I say, just loud enough for them to hear. "She's going to need all the help she can get." The video goes viral within hours. Someone, probably multiple someones, recorded the whole thing and posted it online. By Sunday morning, "Cheating Wife's Revenge Plan Exposed" is trending on 3 different platforms. I'm sitting in my kitchen, drinking coffee and scrolling through the comments when my doorbell rings. Through the peephole, I see Eric standing on my porch. He looks like hell, unshaven, bloodshot eyes, wearing the same clothes from last night. I open the door but leave the chain on. "We need to talk," he says. "No, we don't. You destroyed everything. My business, my reputation, my relationship, everything. You destroyed your own relationship when you decided to screw my wife. Your business and reputation were just collateral damage. Let me in. Not happening. I'm not leaving until we settle this." I close the door and call Pete. Eric's on my porch, drunk, angry, and not taking no for an answer. "Want me to come over?" "Not yet, but stay close to your phone." I look out the window. Eric's sitting on my front steps now, head in his hands. Part of me almost feels sorry for him. Almost. My phone buzzes. Text from Allison. "Please talk to him. He's been drinking since last night. I'm scared he'll do something stupid." I text back. "Not my problem anymore. Please, Nick, for what we used to have." What we used to have was a lie. You made that clear. An hour later, Eric's still there. Neighbors are starting to notice. Mrs. Chen from next door keeps peeking through her curtains. The mailman had to step around him. I call the police non-emergency line. "Hi, I've got someone trespassing on my property. He's not violent, just won't leave." We'll send someone out." 20 minutes later, a patrol car pulls up. I watch through the window as the officer talks to Eric, who gestures wildly at my house. The cop comes to my door. "Sir, I'm Officer Williams. The gentleman says you two have a dispute that needs resolving." The gentleman is my ex-wife's boyfriend. He's upset because I exposed their affair at a party last night. He's been on my property for 2 hours, refusing to leave. "Any threats made?" "Not explicitly, but he's drunk and angry and won't take no for an answer." The officer nods. "I'll move him along. You might want to consider a restraining order if this continues." I watch Eric get escorted to his car. Before he drives away, he rolls down his window and shouts, "This isn't over." The officer makes a note in his report. That evening, Pete comes over with pizza and beer. We sit in my living room watching the news coverage of last night's party on the local station. "You're famous," Pete says. "Infamous, more like." "Same thing these days. Look at this." He shows me his phone. The video's got 500,000 views. Someone made a remix of Eric saying he'll never see it coming, set to dance music. Great. I'm a meme. Better than being a victim. We're halfway through the pizza when the lights go out. "Power's out," Pete observes. I check my phone. Full bars, but the neighbors' houses still have lights. Just us. We go to the basement and check the electrical panel. The main breaker's been thrown from the outside. "Someone's been here," I say. Back upstairs, I notice the back door is slightly ajar. I always keep it locked. "Pete? Yeah? Call the cops. Someone's in the house." We hear footsteps upstairs. Heavy, trying to be quiet, but not succeeding. Pete dials 911 while I grab a flashlight from the kitchen drawer. The footsteps are moving around my bedroom, opening drawers, searching for something. I creep up the stairs, Pete behind me. The bedroom door is open, and I can see a figure silhouetted against the window. Too big to be Allison. Has to be Eric. "Eric," I call out. "The cops are on their way. Whatever you're looking for, it's not worth a breaking and entering charge." The figure freezes, then starts moving faster, more frantically. "Where is it?" Eric's voice slurred and desperate. "Where's what?" "The rest of the recordings, the photos, all of it." "Safe deposit box, genius. Did you really think I'd keep the only copies in my house?" He appears in the doorway, and I can see he's holding something, a crowbar, probably from my garage. "You're going to get it, all of it, and you're going to destroy it. Or what? Or I'll bash your fucking head in." Pete steps up beside me. "Eric, put the crowbar down. This is only going to make things worse." "Worse? Worse than what? My business is ruined. My reputation is shot. Everyone thinks I'm a piece of shit." "You are a piece of shit," I point out. The recordings just proved it. He raises the crowbar, and for a moment I think he might actually swing it. But then we hear sirens in the distance, getting closer. Eric's shoulders slump. "This is all your fault." "No, Eric, this is all your fault. You chose to have an affair. You chose to plan my destruction. You chose to break into my house. I just chose to fight back." The sirens are getting louder. Eric looks at the crowbar in his hands like he's surprised to see it there. "They're going to arrest me." "Probably." "Allison's going to leave me." "Probably that too." He throws the crowbar down and pushes past us, heading for the stairs. "This isn't over," he says again. "Yeah, it is." The police arrive just as Eric reaches the front door. This time it's 2 officers, and they're not interested in mediating a dispute. They see the crowbar, the broken lock on my back door, Eric's obvious intoxication, and they make their decision quickly. "Sir, you're under arrest for breaking and entering, criminal trespass, and attempted burglary." As they cuff him, Eric looks back at me. "You think you won? You think this is over?" "I think you're going to jail, and I'm going to sleep peacefully for the first time in months." After they take Eric away, I give my statement to the officers. Pete corroborates everything. The neighbors who heard the commotion provide additional witnesses. "He'll probably make bail tomorrow," Officer Williams tells me. "But this, combined with the disturbance this morning, should be enough for a restraining order if you want one." "I want one." As the police car drives away, Pete and I sit on my front porch, finishing our beers. "So what now?" he asks. "Now? Now I get my life back." "What about Allison?" I think about that. What about her? She made her choice. She wanted Eric. She's got him, along with his criminal record, his ruined business, and his drinking problem. You feel bad for her at all? I feel bad for the person I thought she was, but that person never existed. My phone buzzes. Text from an unknown number. "This is Monica. We need to talk. Eric told me things about what really happened. I think I owe you an apology." I show the text to Pete. "You going to respond?" "Eventually." Let her sweat for a while. Amazing how quickly people want to make amends when their side starts losing. Another text, this one from Jenny. Nick, I'm so sorry about everything. We were wrong. Then Tara. Can we talk? I feel terrible about what we did. Look at that, Pete says, reading over my shoulder. Rats abandoning a sinking ship. Can you blame them? Eric's in jail, Allison's reputation is destroyed, and Monica's the one who started the whole Nick is abusive campaign. They're trying to get on the winning side before it's too late. Are you going to let them? I finish my beer and stand up. I'm going to let them apologize. Whether I forgive them or not, we'll see. Inside, I reset the electrical breaker and survey the damage from Eric's search. He went through everything, drawers, closets, even my filing cabinet, looking for evidence that doesn't exist anymore because I was smart enough to put it somewhere safe. The irony is beautiful. He broke into my house, got himself arrested, and destroyed what was left of his credibility, all for nothing. My phone rings. Allison. Nick, please don't press charges. Eric's not a bad person, he's been under a lot of stress. He broke into my house with a crowbar, Allison. He was drunk, he wasn't thinking clearly. He threatened to bash my head in. He would never actually hurt you. How do you know? How well do you really know him? You've been sneaking around with him for 8 months, but did you know he was capable of this? Silence on the other end. This is who you chose, I continue. This is your backup plan. A guy who commits felonies when things don't go his way. Nick, I'm pressing charges, Allison. All of them, and I'm getting a restraining order. If you're smart, you'll get one too. I hang up and turn off my phone. In the morning, I'll call my lawyer, file the paperwork, and put the final nail in Eric's coffin. But tonight, I'm going to sit in my house that I own, that no one can take from me, and enjoy the silence. For the first time since this whole mess started, I'm not worried about what comes next. I'm not playing defense anymore. I'm not reacting to their moves. I won.